Hello there.
Good evening, Paul.
It feels like we've only just met.
I know. How you doing? How's things this week?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Fine. Good.
Yeah, they're okay.
Well, I've
Massive
just
shout
watched
out to
television.
Kelsey.
Sorry.
A bit of a boring subject, but it's I watched it on TV. The inauguration. I've been watching it.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do with the fat orange twat. We've got 4 years of that pillock.
Good evening, Kelsey. I hope you're well, darling.
Well, there you go.
We have. And, isn't it crazy? It's a crazy world when you look at who world leaders are.
Yeah. Yeah, we're full of bloody dickheads.
Kelsey's been watching it.
She?
I've only watched a bit of it. It's
can't be asked.
It's just the Americans. There's nothing wrong with age. I'm not a young fella, but the Americans always bring the leaders in on death row. Trump's 78. Bloody Biden were older than that.
Yeah.
Now they're not like myself. My mind ain't as sharp as when I was 40-year-old. Why do they bring them in so late?
Because the Yanks, they've no sense, the dickheads.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah, they're bloody crackers.
It's your twilight.
With a bit of luck, somebody will blow his fucking head off and not miss this time.
Well, he's talking about sending someone to Mars.
Yeah, he wants to go with Elon bloody Musk.
Well, Elon Musk were there in crowd waving when he said that.
He will have been because he's a pillock.
He's crazy. It's a crazy world.
Money people, you see.
Yeah, they live in a bubble, don't they? They're not in the real world.
The money people.
It's like Starmer when he's saying, "Sorry, old people, you're not getting your winter fuel allowance. You'll all have to die." Now I'm going to Maldives for a month over winter. Yeah. What's that all about? It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's a prat.
He's saying, I just watched an old presidents come in. I just watched all the old presidents come in, and then the orange one.
And the orange one.
You, weren't you? I was half expecting something to happen. Evening, Noxie. Noxie's
evening, Noxie.
Yeah.
Carlos, good evening.
When the
we're just having a bit of a rant about that fat orange git across the pond.
Carlos, how you doing, mate? I don't mind when it's live because you can pick it up and put it down, can't you? Watch a bit and turn it over, and then I'm not.
I haven't had my telly on all day, mate.
Have you not?
No, I started. I've forgotten where I am now. You see, I've got so.
Have you?
Sorry, baby, we're wrong way around, mate.
How we doing, baby?
So I don't know how to do it.
It's okay. There we go. He does.
Are you happy now?
He does, baby. How you doing, baby? We're talking about a guy that Paul likes to call the orange one. The orange one.
The fat orange kid from across the pond.
What work did you do? I assume government type. No.
When you say what work do you do? Who are we talking to?
What work did you do? I assume it's talking about us, but no, I couldn't live in that world. I'm too honest.
Yeah, they love it. So, they haven't got any bloody history. I was in the PQ in the army longer than they've been bloody there. For Christ's sake.
That's true, Kelsey. I love how they talk about 250 years of history, like they're an ancient civilization. They want to try 2,000. Maybe knows who the orange one is. The orange one is better than the dementia patient.
They're both the bloody same.
Yeah, they are. It's crazy. I don't know why, but they always seem to wait. If you want to run for president, you've got to wait till you're nearly 80.
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of money.
Oh, it's all about money there. I mean, we're not much better, but at least they're not as old, are they?
Well, I don't know. We've had some old buggers, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, but I mean...
We had some old buggers in my time, anyway.
It's all the same, no matter where you go.
Carlos, explain who you're talking to, mate. Did you work in the pit?
Well, I can... I could tell you that my town were a pit town.
Mine wasn't.
If that's what you want. I mean, textile and coal industry I were brought up with. Yeah, they worked in one to other.
We were rock and candy floss.
Yeah, they were in the entertainment world.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
And Paul was the best bag carrier in town when he was a kid.
Was he? Yeah.
Isn't that what you used to do? You used to wait for coaches coming in and take the bags up for them.
I did Saturday and Sundays. I was there at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning at the railway station waiting for the comforts to come in.
Right.
Trains to come in.
Comforts?
Well, we used to get comforts, and comforts are what we used to call the comfort day. So we call them comforts.
Right. Well, fair dues.
Comfort day.
Oh, comfort day. Comfort day. Yeah, I'm with you now. Not comfort. Not comfort.
So, you'd be stood there waiting to carry cases for people. And you'd say, do you want your cases carrying, sir? And he'd say, no, we've only comfort day. Dickhead.
Aye.
Anyway, can't buy experience. You bloody can't, mate. I've got huggins of it.
Maybe behave yourself.
Why, what's he doing? What's he done?
He's put Bobby, he's a pro on the bean tin.
I
thought you were my mate.
He brings it up occasionally.
He does, doesn't he? He's a little tinker sometimes, isn't he?
Well, there you go. We won't go down that road, Bobby.
He's a little tinker sometimes, he's Bibby. He's only a young lad, you know.
Well,
so we've got to give him a bit of room.
Anyway, I do apologize.
You've not watched, we've got to the point where you've not watched telly all day. Why is that?
No, because I had a dream.
Sounds like a good name for a song.
I had a dream last night that I went on my Ancestry channel and I found my dad. So what did I do this morning? Went straight onto my DNA and Ancestry and all that kind of shit to see if I could find him, and nah. I get close, but I can't get close enough. So I get the first cousins and then I can't get any further than that. So, and it wasn't until, like I say, I looked at the clock and it said 1844 and I thought, oh shit, I'm not ready. I haven't even put it up yet. So there you go. A whole day was spent and nothing achieved.
Well, it's at least that was easy.
That's nice to hear, Knotted. Is that on the heritage one? Was it 35 quid? Because it's on offer at the moment. But saying that, it's just going off subject, because we're not really on that subject. But just going off subject, you didn't need to do your DNA first, because we can get on with your tree before you do the DNA. DNA is more like a bit of a backup,
How
I'm knocking it, because it'll take 6 or 7 weeks before you get any results back. So
how successful are they?
So hopefully Kelsey's passed on my WhatsApp to you, and if you get in touch, we'll sort something out. Okay? So let's get back to me and Bobby ranting about
good luck with
orange
that.
gifts.
Good luck with that, mate. It must be difficult when you want so many questions answered, but we all have them, don't we? But take note of what Paul's saying, and you won't go far wrong. So, I haven't had much of a day today. I was supposed to be having electric man come fit us one of these smart.
Oh, bloody hell!
But he didn't turn up. He was supposed to be between 8 and 1, and 1 minute past 1, Mrs. were on phone to him. Where are you? Anyway,
we're lost in the snow.
Woman on phone says we'll have to get in touch with the subcontracted, so I'll have to get in touch with them and find out. So she couldn't find out, so she gave us a number at subcontractors. So wife rang them and says, "Oh, we'll be here at 3:15." I said, "Well, you got me down for morning." "Oh, it'll be 3:15." I said, she said, "Forget it." forget it. You have to come another time. If you're going to do that, I'm going to do that. That's my missus, so that she's ruthless.
Well,
She's ruthless.
you know,
I give in. Well, but she likes to prove a point.
it's a bit like my brother at the weekend. He thinks I'm his carer.
Is he old than you?
Oh yeah, he's 80. He's 83, 82, 83.
Right.
But he still pisses off to work every day at 6 a.m.
Bloody hell.
He's an idiot. Doesn't do it. He calls it work, but he just goes and makes tea and coffee and wipes.
Volunteers.
You know.
Yeah.
Just gives him something to keep him going. Anyway, last week he was ringing me every bloody half hour. My eating's gone up. My eating's gone up. So I spent 2 days shouting at the housing people about his heating, and they say, "Oh well, they won't be able to get to you until Monday or Tuesday." I said, "He's 83. You can't expect him to sit in the pissing cold."
No.
So anyway, I'm bawling and shouting at this woman, and she got the gas people to phone me up to arrange to come and fix it. So I said, can this was Friday when I finally got hold of somebody, and I said, "Can you come today and fix it?" No, we need the part, and we won't get that till Monday. I said, "Well, he's got no heating. We'll drop some heaters off for you." So I said, "Yeah, okay then." So anyway, they dropped some heaters off, and she phoned me back about tea time and said, "Right, we'll be there at 8 a.m. Monday morning." So I said, "Yeah, great, thank you." So I phoned my brother up and said, "Right, there'll be some heaters. They're bringing some heaters for you for the weekend, and they'll be there at 8 a.m. Monday morning to fit the part."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, 9:25 this morning, I get a pissing phone call. We've just been round to your flat, and there's nobody in. Oh, it's fucking hell.
So he haven't waited in for him.
No, he's pissed off to work, dickhead.
So have you been on to him?
So he phoned me up 1 o'clock. Said I phoned him up and told them I couldn't be there, blah blah blah, and they're coming tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Can you make it? No, I can't. I'm busy. I've got stuff to do. You'll be there. Oh, I can't be there. Well, you'll have to be, won't you? Or you're gonna go fucking cold. Anyway,
I think you didn't listen to anybody.
I've just I hung up in the end.
You've done your best, haven't you? You've done your best. That's all you can do.
I've been shouting and screaming for 4 days at people about him, and then he goes to bloody work. What's that all about? Anyway,
he's as stubborn as you.
He's a dickhead.
Oh dear. I take it you're not happy with him.
No, I'm not. He treats me like a bloody social worker. No wonder his wife pissed him off.
Notted put. Grandad really reminds me of my dad interacting with these people.
Noxie, just as a point of interest, his electric is basically free because they have what's those things you have on your roof besides tiles?
Solar panels.
Solar panels, yeah. So they have solar panels. Does his block?
Oh, so he gets
he gets free electricity.
Mm.
So his electric for the electric for the heating is free because he gets.
That's good, isn't it?
He does pay electric, but only for lights.
Yeah.
Yes, he pays about 30 quid a month.
Well, you can't fault that, can you?
No, you can't knock it. I wish I was on the same thing. Anyway, have we missed? Anyway, I'm just going to do.
Big up to everybody in the chat.
That's in case we've missed anybody whilst I've been going off my rocker.
Well, Noxie, I did that when I was. What did he put? Noxie, I did that when sealing went in and
when they cut the gas off.
They gave me heaters and I charged back for the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're right there, Noxie. Take a
it's-
reading before and after. That's what your brother needs to do.
It's totally electric. There's no gas in the building.
But if it's expensive to run these heaters, you take a reading before and after, they'll reimburse you.
Yeah, it doesn't. I can't explain how it works. He only pays for lighting.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how it's. He pays about 30 quid a month.
Right.
That's his electric bill, and most of that's for.
Is it an old folks bill flats? Are there?
Well, well, you've got to be over 55 to have one of the flats.
Yeah. So it's basically.
And of course, he's bloody 80, silly old bugger. Just bear with me, Bobby.
Get in, Ellie. Today is your lucky day.
There you go.
We've got a Yorkshire Carlos.
Carlos, where's everyone from? I'm Yorkshire. Are you in Yorkshire, Carlos?
That's a good old traditional Yorkshire name, Carlos.
Yeah, you haven't got a Yorkshire accent, mate. Newcastle.
Well, Paul's posher than me. He's originally from Coast. He was a bag handler.
The only reason I don't have my thick Yorkshire accent that I had when I was a young man was I left home when I was 15 and went south. Did you didn't
bump into Bibby, did you?
Did I bump into what, mate?
Bibby,
no, I went past. But I might have bumped into Bibby because he lives where I was posted in 1970 or 71. He lives near there.
Right.
That's in Essex.
I think it'll have changed a little bit. Is he from Essex? Bloody hell. Anyway, yeah, and I'm from West Yorkshire near Leeds. So we both got Yorkshire passports.
I'm from East Yorkshire,
and I'm from West Yorkshire.
Yeah, and we've got who is it from South Yorkshire? We've got who's the South Yorkshire? Sharon, is it?
Sharon's from
Sharon, South Yorkshire.
South Yorkshire, yeah.
I don't know if she was.
Where's Kelsey from?
Kelsey's West Yorkshire.
West Yorkshire, not far from me.
Jillie's Gateshead. That's nice. Gateshead. Lovely. Yeah. That's not where the Hang Monkeys is. It Gateshead, or have I got the wrong place there?
Gateshead, we're from. It's funny though. Majority of people that come in, they're from north, aren't they? We've got Bibby representing south, and he's usually quiz winner. But
Bertley, not sure where Bertley is. I presume it must be a Yorkshire place. Hartlepool, that's it, Jilly. Sorry, Hartlepool are the monkey hangers. Yeah. But there you go. I see. It's because I'm old. I do apologise if I
Tyne and Weir. Bertley's in Tyne and Weir.
What is?
Bertley.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. So.
All right.
Northeast, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's not too northeast.
We've got quite a lot up that way, haven't we?
Yeah.
And a couple, one or two, or maybe 3 or 4 in Scotland. We won't have many more because, hey, we're into double figures, Bobby. We're on a roll, mate.
We are.
I don't know what that's all about. Middle Earth.
We've got the
Cottage from Middle Earth.
We need somebody else to jump on because we've got unlucky 13 at the moment.
Batley.
Batley, yeah.
Why would I be thinking of Batley?
Because it sounds similar to Bertley.
Sounds nothing like it. Batley's Batley. Bertley's B-R-I.
You know where Batley is, don't you?
I know where Batley is, yeah.
West Yorkshire.
Batley Variety Club.
Very famous club.
There very often. I was there quite a lot.
Some very big names went there.
You know that, what's the biscuit factory? Foxes.
You see Batley's that road from me.
Do you know, every time we mention places, I'd say, I had a pub there. Well, I did. I had a pub next to the Fox's Biscuit Factory.
Did you? Oh yes, yeah. I know the pub.
I can't
think
remember
what
the
it's called
name.
now.
I can't remember the name.
I don't
But
go to Batley that often.
God, it was rough as
It
arseholes.
will have been all bloody.
Oh,
But it full of biscuit crumbs because at Batley,
yeah. We
at
used to live on
Fox's, you know,
biscuits.
at Fox's. I mean, it's only that road from me. Is Fox's.
Yeah, it's
They
God,
used to.
rough-
I don't know if they
rough
still
people.
do. I don't know if they still do, but they allow the employees to eat as many biscuits as they want while they're working. So they'd all
Yeah.
fill up. They'd
Yeah,
all
we-
fill up on biscuits. So I
Yeah, yeah.
presume they used to take them into your pub. Didn't you ever get
Used to
offered broken
do-
biscuits for
We
sale?
used to get loads of biscuits, broken
Yeah.
biscuits, boxes of them, broken biscuits.
Yeah.
I used to take them home to my mum and she used to say, well, can't you get me normal biscuits? I said, no, they give me these for now, I ain't paying.
Well, Kelsey's talking about Betty's. I'm presuming that's tea house.
Tea house, Betty's tea house, we love it.
Yeah, a bit expensive, like, but
Well, yeah, but
it's a proper tea
you know,
house. Harrogate.
if you're going to Harrogate for a day or whatever, or a couple of days, weekend, long thing, you know, it's one of the places you visit.
Yeah.
And there's one in York as well.
Yes, there's a few.
Yeah, it's not as nice in York as it is in Harrogate, though. But again, Harrogate, I used to have a pub in Harrogate, Salt Box it was called. It's not called the Salt Box now, though.
But it's a nice place, is Harrogate. I've worked in Harrogate.
It is. It is a nice place.
Carlos,
There is
Carlos
some
says
really
he-
nice.
Carlos says he prefers Greg's.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you know, you go. It's for the experience, and you go and have you experience the.
You go for afternoon tea and you get a cake.
Yeah,
and
but
sandwich.
it's for an you're not paying for the tea, you're paying for the experience.
The experience, the
You
service.
say to people, "Oh yeah, I've just
and
been to Betty's," but do you know a name of a really, 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 really nice restaurant came into my head there in Harrogate. And if you're ever in Harrogate, and it'll come to me before I finish, but if you're ever in Harrogate and you're staying for a couple of days, this is the place to go. It's not expensive, but the food is bush, you know.
Second to
Well,
none.
it used to be. I don't know if it might be a fish and chip shop now.
Well, Carlos, it must be a Yorkshireman because he says tight Yorkshireman if he goes to Greg's.
Yeah. Well, we had a few Yorkshiremen going to Greg's during the riots, didn't we? They kept breaking in and trying to nick the sausage rolls.
Well,
he only got 6 months for that as well. Little shit.
oh, yeah, we've got Tom's in. Your real nightmare. Your nightmare. How we
Yeah,
doing, Tom?
I saw
How we doing, mate?
I saw Kelsey. Kelsey normally says, you know, hi to whoever comes in. That's why I press the button saying big up to everybody, because I know we miss people, don't we? And I know you can't read fast.
I can't read at all, really. I just bluff. I bluff. We finished
Carlos,
school at 7-year-old in when I
Carlos,
was on. We finished school at 7. I went to Mills and we swept under looms because we were small.
Aye. Yeah, Carlos, you're right there. Taking a lady out, you would treat her to Betty's. It's
Yeah, it's a treat. And even now, it's a treat, isn't it? If I wanted to spoil my good lady for a birthday or something, to
that's what it
take out
is.
for a day and then we'll
It's
call her
special.
Betty's.
It's a bit, but it's like going to the Ritz in London, isn't it? You know, the same type of thing.
You're right, Carlos.
It's a bloody experience.
Teapots and china, yeah. It's all that. Best afternoon tea I've had was at a hotel in front of Morecambe. I can't remember the name. Maybe the Grand. Oh, I don't know.
Well, saying that, Morecambe probably is the Grand.
It's opposite coast to you, wasn't it?
It's what? Opposite coast.
Yeah.
It's on to the bit, isn't it?
It's on the other side with Blackpool.
Yeah, it's on to the side at Pennines. Top of the hill, far away.
Well, first I remember learning that at school. You've got Scarborough and Brid on one side, and you've got Morecambe and Blackpool on the other.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, I've seen that, Kelsey. I've drove past that many a time, but my favourite is the 1920s tea room in Shipley.
Is it?
Interlude. Yes, I've been past many times, and it's very much like Betty's, because my sister's over that way, and we drive through Shipley. Yeah. It's a night. What's Gilly saying?
I think Gilly's talking to.
Are they having a
Notting,
conversation?
I think.
Are they having a conversation?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many pubs you managed over many years? You've been you were into licensed trade.
Personally, I've done. Just bear with me while I had them up in my head. I've run 9 pubs in the time. However, I used to have a pub company that had 22 pubs.
Wow. I take it you were very busy.
Yeah, so it ranged from the furthest one up north was Washington, and the furthest south was just outside Coventry.
Right. And your job just to make sure everything went sweet and no problems, issues. Is that what your job was?
Well, I was the boss.
Like an aerial manager who check anything went wrong, you come back to it. They come back to you.
I wasn't an area manager. I was the company.
Right.
It was my company.
Right. So if one of the pubs were having problems with landlord, what would you do?
Go and kick them out.
Would you?
Get another bloody landlord.
Is that how it worked?
Yeah. Get shut.
But we don't
used to do.
So how did you vet them for the job then? It
was all basically friends, Romans, and countrymen. Do you know what I mean? It was people who had worked for me or with me,
right,
or were family.
Right.
And that's how we did them. And me and my I don't know what you could call him really. PA or I don't know what you could call him nowadays. He used to call himself the international director of Premier Public Houses.
Right.
It just sounded good. But we used to do karaoke's. We had our own karaoke machine and all the gear, and we'd go around all the pubs, different nights, doing the karaoke.
Right.
You know, so that one near you, we used to come there on every second Friday.
Right.
And I can't remember the name of that one close to where you are.
No.
You remember I told you about it, didn't you?
Yes.
I can't remember what it was called.
No, she's asking what pub in Washington, Paul.
Do you know, I honestly can't remember the names. There's so many, but it was... I'm just trying to remember what brewery it was. It was... I think it was a Tetley's house. I'm not quite sure now.
Right.
I can't really remember. You know, it's a long... well, when I say it's a fair few years ago. And when you get to my age, you forget the things, you know?
Yeah.
I can remember some pubs come into my head straight away. But
I'm starting to forget stuff and all. Carlos says, I bet you were a grumpy landlord.
Yeah, I was, mate. I was. I was only grumpy with the gits.
Well, to be fair, you've got to show your authority in that. We've just got a new landlord in one of our local pubs, and he's no strength at all. And he's going to lose them. And you know, people who've been, you'll know better than me, but people who've been in that, going in that pub for 40 odd years or more, which they do, you get people like myself who's been going in there. they don't want things moving around too much, or they don't want change. And he's not strong enough to say, well, this is how it's going to be. You know, you've got to have that strength, and you've got to show a bit of authority.
Yeah.
If you don't, they'll walk all over you, won't they?
They will, yeah. But you know, it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
What pubs nowadays won't be anything like they were when I was.
Oh well, traditional pubs are going out. There's very few between now. Traditional pubs in my town, they're all bloody wine bars and things like that, or Witherspoons. You know, there's the traditional pub with bitters, lagers, etc., and a top shelf. They're disappearing. They're all fancy drinks. They're all bloody, silly furniture. The old back saddle, the old long saddle. That's all. They're losing that. And that's part of the tradition, wasn't it? I mean, with a couple in town.
Smoke room. Get in the bloody smoke room.
Well, we call them tap rooms. Now,
tap room, yeah.
And we
lounge, tap
room. Now, when I was a kid, women weren't allowed in tap room.
No.
And if you had your work clothes on, you weren't allowed in best room.
No. We used to have a window, a slide-up window at the side of the bar for the carry-out beer. So somebody would come with a jug for his dad, and my dad wants a couple of pints of stout or whatever, and he used to fill it up in the jug and off the bugger off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the times have changed.
Yeah, but traditions days, that's the sad thing. We all get nostalgic, but when tradition goes, that was something to know.
That's all it is. That's when you lose your pubs, it's only the traditional things. Half of these places that close down call themselves pubs, and they're not really pubs. They're like you say, they're the yuppie places, or the
Gen Z, bars and
Gen Z or Gen Y, or all these. I'll have a white wine spritzer, please. No, you won't. Fuck off. Go to a wine bar.
There you go. Nottage says, pubs were pubs when you could order a pint and a cheese, honey and cob.
Aye.
What's a cob? What's a cob, Nottage?
Get away with you, Bobby. Get away.
Corn on the cob.
No.
That's all I know what a cob is. Anyway, he'll tell me.
What's he?
Were you in the pub trade, Noxie? You sound to know about a fair bit, mate. Oh, I was for 5 years, but down Essex and Bury, St Edmunds.
Oh, that's nice. Bury St Edmunds.
Carlos says, I missed the pubs 30 years ago with the pipe smoke and proper bar staff.
Yeah.
Who would serve four people at once.
Yeah, you can't get that that smell of pipe smoke. It had its own ring, didn't it? It was special, was pipe cigarettes. There you go.
It's a roll on a bap.
Yeah.
All right.
Depends where you are in the country.
Anyway, there's the respect at all. I mean, the reason that I was told that women weren't allowed in tap room was because of language. Because the tap room were designed for men who'd come up, finish work or whatever, in the work gear. They could go in there and they could talk politics, talk religion, whatever they wanted, and they felt comfortable. And they didn't, a lot of men didn't feel comfortable swearing around women. And that's one of the reasons they did it, they say. And in the same breath, which I respect the second thing I'm going to say, because they don't do it enough in pubs. They didn't let you go in the best room with your workwear on, which I think is great, because I mean, I could take my missus out now to a pub, and it could be a lovely pub, little country cottage pub, and she'd be comfortable in there, and all of a sudden there's four blokes walking with ivies on. Well, that spoilt our night, because she's taking effort to get dressed up, and we're there as
I agree with you, mate.
Maybe having something to eat, and then you get some, and there's not enough of that thing, please don't go in work way on. Give them a room.
Yeah, Carlos, 10:30. Last orders, please.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
bugger off.
Moxie says I was manager of 2 pubs, then relief manager for another 3.
Wow.
Oh, so Noxie's done a bit of it, yeah.
When you say I was a manager of 2 pubs, then the relief manager for 3, was they all at once, or was you multitasking, or was you did one and then moved on to another and then relieved at one and relieved at another? That's, if you see what I mean. But
Yeah, it's not an easy. Knotted. Noxie, I met my husband when he was a landlord and I was a landlady. I'll never go back though. The job was a killer. Oh,
well, it's a bit, being a landlord or a landlady. I've never been a landlady, but I presume it's the same for a landlady as it is for a landlord. But it's not a job. It's a calling in life. It's a bit like being a nurse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best landlords are the ones who don't feel as though they're working.
Yeah.
No, you don't get up in the morning and think, oh God, I've got to go and open the bloody bar up at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
You get up and you go, you're there, you boom, boom, boom. And it's a calling, or there's a word for it. I can't think what the word is, but it's only you get these landlords kicking about nowadays who basically are number crunchers.
Right.
They're not landlords, they're just number crunchers. The pub companies say you've got to make 75% profit in a month, and there you go. You're just crunching bloody numbers. So it's a different way of life. When I started in pubs, I can tell you now, when I started in pubs, it was a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? You would go into a pub and you'd be there basically your whole career.
Yeah.
And then if you was going to move, or you were going to, take another pub on or whatever, it was always cash. You always dealt in cash.
Mm-hmm.
You went down with a bag full of cash and said, right, here's your $2,000 for the pub, and away you go. Pub's yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. But those days have gone.
Well, I remember years ago when I was a kid, my aunt and my uncle applying to work for Tetley's, take a pub on for Tetley's, and they had to go for an interview to Tetley's,
Yeah.
And they didn't get accepted. Now, today, these bloody breweries will take anybody on. I mean, anybody. They don't even check for criminal records or nothing. And they put them in as managers and give them a weekly wage. Now, there's no incentive for them to do well.
No, I agree with you entirely. But there you go. It's just how it is nowadays.
And my wife's worked behind most at bars in our town. I mean, she's worked in virtually every pub because that's what she did, and she was good at it. And I always have sympathy with people behind bars, especially the ladies, because the way they get treated sometimes, you see blokes go in, they'll go, "Oi, I want that now," clicking the finger. I'm next, and throwing money at them. And I said, don't accept it. And I've seen me tell blokes off, treat them with a bit of respect. Now, what she used to do is when they did that, she'd put them back at queue.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'd ignore them. And then
put them in the place, that's what you do.
But she worked in busy pubs on the weekend as well. And when she come home at, she could come in at maybe 12, 1 o'clock when it's sometimes. And she'd say, I can't go straight to bed. I need to come down because of all that bloody noise and all that business.
Yeah, it's
so it's a way of life, is that?
It's a calling in life, really.
Yeah.
And but Noxie, BII, yeah. I was
what's that?
British Institute of Innkeepers.
Right.
But that hasn't been. I can't remember when that started. Probably started in the 80s, I think.
Well,
Might have been a bit
apparently,
later than that.
I don't know if it's all over the country, but here they apply to local council to get a license, and they're up and running.
Yeah, well, you've always. Well, I'm saying you've always. You used to have to go to court and stand up in court and tell the old man behind the counter there that you're a good boy and could I please have a license to sell ale. But those days seems to have gone. I don't think they attend court anymore. I think it's just a case of they send some mouthpiece in who says they want a license for this, that, and the other, and away they go. Because no matter where you go in this country, you can get bloody drink. How crackers is it?
Yeah,
you can drive to the petrol station, fill up with petrol, and you can fill your boat with ale.
Yeah.
What's that all about? 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, beers on tap. Get in.
Yeah.
It's crackers.
Yeah. I know.
Crackers.
A few
Well,
people who've said to me, "Oh, what can pop? Oh, they're thinking of coming out. I might get my license and take it on." I says it's not something anybody can do.
Yeah.
And all they said all I have to do is apply to Kirklees and prove I haven't got a bad record or anything, and then they'll just give me a license to run a pub.
Noxie, you could be right there. Everything seems to be on bloody line. But you had to stand up in front of the beak and prove that you was a good character.
Yeah.
They didn't just say, yeah.
Well, they wanted to see you. They wanted to see you,
and they wanted to hear you. And you couldn't just send a mouthpiece in and say, "This lad's a good boy, give him a license." You had to be there. I
think, can we all take a moment out for Knotted, please? Because Knotted went into the nursing after the pub game, glutton for punishment.
Certainly so. I don't think I can. Well, I'm saying I don't think I could do that. I'm like a bloody, what do you call it at the moment? I forgot what I called it, but I'm like one.
You regret going into it?
What do you call them? What did I say I was? Besides being a miserable old bugger.
Do you regret going into pub?
No, I don't.
Don't you?
I can honestly tell you now.
So let me just finish. So because it's very, very unsociable hours, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's what you make it, isn't it? Unsociable hours. I'll tell you about unsociable hours. When I used to have the harbour lights at Bridlington on the harbour top,
right?
And we used to open at 10 a.m. and close at 3 a.m.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's a long day.
It's a long day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you would close at 3 a.m. By the time you've got all the Tom, Dick, and Harrys out the door and you've cleaned up and whatever, you're on to 4:30. You get home for 5 o'clock-ish, have a bit of a bite to eat, couple of hours kip, and you're back out again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And that's what it's like for the whole summer. And then in winter, you've got knack all to do.
Yeah. It's a calling, as you said.
It's, yeah, but there you go. It's, I've forgotten what I was on about before you rudely interrupt me.
I'm very sorry.
The
Crown takes protecting landlords very seriously, but they are not the landlords they used to be. No, they're not. They're not the landlords they used to be. You don't need no qualifications. They're learning on the job now, which is wrong. But it is what it is.
I tell you what, you were on about, do I have regrets about being a landlord? I can tell you now, I have no regrets in my life about anything I've done, any job I've done, because I've done a lot. I'm not just an ex-army publican. I've laid carpets, I've done electrics and gas, and I've done loads and loads of different jobs. And I think the skill I've got, if it's a skill, I don't know. The skill, I'll call it a skill, but the skill I've got is I can watch somebody do something, you know. So if, I don't know, if the electrician came in to change something, I would watch how they did it, and I could do it.
Yeah, so you have to be which is that goes in life, isn't it? If you're not daft, daft.
And you know, I might not be the professional, but I can certainly do
that
jobs, you know.
That's something I'd advise anybody to do as they're growing up. Any kid that says to me, "How do you get through life?" That'd be one of the things I'd say. Just take notice of what's happening around you, because one day you might need to use that skill if you can. But yeah,
it's watch and learn is the thing, you know. And it was. I'm trying to think of who instilled that into my head.
I think you've. Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, go on.
I think you've scared knotted.
I don't think so.
It's a lady. Grandad, I would not have started on you in the pub. Lots of laughs. Imagine pub brawl. In what? Grandad.
If you want to, I'll tell you what. If you want to know about pub brawls, I've had all sorts of them, and I think I mentioned it before when one of the nights we were rabbiting away about stuff, and I used to have a pub in Morley.
Another place close to me.
Another shithole of the north.
Oh, it's all right, it's Morley. It's okay, it's Morley.
Yeah. Well, they're all okay, really. However, it was the very first pub I took for Samuel Smith's as a manager. And it was a really run-down old place. And, you know, me and the wife used to run this pub, and the brewery said, we're going to upgrade the pub in 3 or 4 months, you know. So,
right,
you know. Anyway, so we did 3 or 4 months in this pub, and you got to know all the dickheads and all, you know, all the rough buggers. You took them for what they were, because the pub was rough, so you let in the rough. And then the brewery come along and said, right, we're closing the pub for 2 months. You can go on holiday or whatever. And we're going to do it all out. And when we came back, it was as posh, really. And, of course, then you have to stand on the front door. I stood on the front. The wife stood on the back door. And we just said, you're not coming in. Well, I've been coming here for you. You aren't coming in. I know what you like. Piss off. And the Barneys and the fights and whatever got a little bit rough. We had bricks come through the windows and all sorts.
Oh.
But there was one night, one Sunday evening, and the wife stopped a bloke at the back door. She didn't take prisoners. She stopped this bloke at the back door and said, you ain't coming in. You're as rough as the arses. Get away with you. Sling your hook. Anyway, he buggered off and he come rammed about half an hour later to the front door with a fucking sawn off shotgun.
Oh,
shit. Needless to say, the doors went bang and I got inside.
Yeah. And
next thing you know, the blue lights are coming down the street and they shot the guy.
Bloody hell. That's scary, Paul.
They didn't kill him. He got injured in the spine or something like that. He's in a wheelchair.
Right.
Well, I don't know if he's still in the wheelchair, but he ended up in a wheelchair.
Did that not make you question, am I in the right?
No. It was just, you just took it as,
really?
You know, it was a bit frightening at the time, but you took it in its stride. You know, it's not the first person who's pointing a fucking gun at me.
Wow.
You know, I was in Northern Ireland. They were bombing us.
Yeah.
You know, and shooting at us. So, you know, it wasn't the first person who pointed a gun at me. I wasn't brave and stood there and said, yeah. I shut the fucking doors and got in and locked it.
Yeah.
As quick as I could, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just those things you have to do with it, isn't it?
Well, that's what makes it all different. Yeah.
When when the miners' strike finished, and all the miners used to hit Bridlington, the East Coast, for a Saturday night,
Yeah.
Comfort day. Let's go and get pissed. And again, because we had the pub used to open at 10 a.m. and again, like I said, we closed 3-ish in the morning. But what would happen is we'd open at 10 a.m. and then we'd close at 4 for an hour and open again at 5.
Right.
And we'd change to a nightclub, if you see what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd go from a normal pub with singers on and all that kind of stuff for the day. And then at night, we'd change to a nightclub. So, of course, during the day, you've seen all these miners getting pissed and whatever. And then on the night, you stood on the door and said, "You're not coming in."
I don't think I could. I don't think I could go up, mate.
We used to have. We didn't have glass. We used to have plexi. They used to call it plexiglass, but we used to have plexiglass in the windows.
Right. Yeah.
Because they couldn't break it. They couldn't break windows. And of course, you get all these pissed up miners, and I'm not having a go at miners. I'm just saying they were miners and they were pissed up, and they'd come and they'd start kicking the door and banging on the door and thumping the door, trying to smash the windows and whatever. And you just see them go to throw a punch at the window, the arm would bounce off and smack themselves in the face. So that's what it was like, really.
Hey up, Sharon.
All summer.
Don't be sorry, Sharon.
Are you leaving us, Sharon?
No, she's just sorry because she forgot what day it was.
Oh, you don't have to be.
We're both well, Sharon.
It's all right, sweetheart. Have you got a note? Anyway, so yeah, you the good times and the bad times. But you don't think of the bad times. Even the fights were good times. Good fun.
You can reflect on them, can't you? At the time.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we used to have. We used to have 9 doormen on the pub on a night. When we used to have 9 doormen because we had 3 doors into the place. So we'd have a door into the main place, but there'd be another door that went to our upstairs bars and stuff like that. So they were on there, and then we'd have a back door, and they were on there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, nine on the doors.
Sharon's asking, did you get your results? Whatever that.
I didn't. I've rung them up. They haven't come back yet. So
right.
Carlos, you can think it's rough, but it wasn't rough really. It's just one of those things, So I know what drink does for people. There you go. That's why I don't drink a lot, because I know what it does.
Yeah. It makes them.
But some get a little bit violent when they get pissed.
I've always been lucky, I've always been an happy drunk. There's bad drunks and happy drunks, and I've always been lucky because I've never been an angry drunk.
It's good when you can be an happy drunk. It's when you get the fighting drunk. And you normally find, quite honestly, and it's no reflection on anybody, but you normally find that the blokes fight because of a woman.
Right.
The fights normally start because of a woman is somewhere involved. You've been trying to dance with my wife, or
right.
bump and
Well,
whatever.
I once watched a study on actually breaking fights up in pubs and clubs, and they said that if there's a fight, if you send a woman in with a man stood back saying nothing in, they're more likely to be able to break it up as a woman than a man.
Yeah. But
Because a man will hesitate on hitting a woman. But
it doesn't happen everywhere, unfortunately. You know, there's a lot of places in the country where the blokes will smack a woman as well as smack a man. So
I'll let you read Sharon's comment out.
I like to sing and get on stage when I'm drunk. Lol. I do mean Tuna Turner, lol. Tuna. Is that a take on Tina, or is it just a spelling mistake?
No, it's a take on Tina Turner.
Oh, right, okay. I thought it might be a spelling mistake.
But I didn't know you were like that, Sharon. Bit of a singer.
Yeah, well, we can all do a bit of a tune, can't we?
Yeah.
Some of us are a bit flat when we sing. Some of us are not. You know, I like to think myself that back in the day, I was a decent singer. I'm not so good now because I haven't got the teeth and I can't speak properly. So,
I've been known to knock a tune out myself, but I've always been lucky. I find myself lucky because I'm like I say, I'm an happy drunk. If I'm drunk, I'll walk home and with a smile and fall asleep on settee. Wake up with wife playing out with me.
But like I said, we used to do karaoke. And of course, you have to be able to sing to do the karaoke because, not everybody gets, karaoke's on night. Well, let's get in. You have to try and coax them to get up. So you have to, you have to do a bit. Yeah.
Do the moves a lot so last and I can't sing. I just think we all think we can do it when we're drunk, Sharon. Look.
Yeah. We can. Some of us think we can bloody fly.
Oh, look, Tom, you're a real nightmare. I reckon you can do a mean Frank Sinatra, Paul.
Do you know? I could, but the hero of my singing was Neil Diamond.
Oh, yeah.
And Freddie Mercury. So,
all right. By Freddie Mercury could sing, could he?
Oh, could he belt a tune, man?
He would have won off.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond's very popular.
Oh, well, Neil Diamond's got bloody hundreds. You can, you could do a whole hour and a half.
Yeah.
On your own on karaoke with Neil Diamond songs.
Yeah. Well, they're all singing that Sweet Caroline at
I used to sing that to I don't know what I could call her really. The woman that ruined my life. She was called Caroline. And I used to have a pub in Sutton in Ashfield, down Mansfield way. And we used to have a Joanna type man, He used to come on a Sunday night, play the piano and get people up singing and all that kind of shit. And of course, you had to get up and sing so that the others would get up and sing. So you had to show them you could do it.
Yeah.
Of course, I would always do Sweet Caroline because then her indoors was happy because she thought I was singing to her.
Right. Oh, of course, yeah. Well,
I did once or twice sing "You Don't Bring Me Flowers," but I don't think she got the.
You don't bring me flowers. Kelsey says, "I'm a terrible singer. My own kids used to ask me to stop when they were little, and I sang to them." And Knotted has replied, "Kelsey, I think I can sing. Then someone filmed it and showed me it. I really can't."
I bet you that was a cracker. I'd have loved to sing that. Have you still got it? Get it online.
And Sharon says, "It's Knotted. I think I'm better than the act on stage." After a few drinks.
We all do.
Yeah, we all. But it's all in good fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
When
it is,
you've had
yeah.
a couple of drinks, you're chilled out, you're more open, you know, and you'll have a good bit of laugh. And hopefully you go home, wake up morning after and think, "I what a good night I had last night." Oh no, did I do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Was a
Anyway,
bean
Paul,
tin in? Was a bean tin in that?
in what?
In
In
that
what?
good night?
Say
No,
that
no.
again.
It's gone, mate.
Right.
Anyway, it's 8 o'clock. You're going to tell me, aren't you?
Yes, we've had a good hour there.
We have, yeah. I think
And
I've quite enjoyed it, even though we've been
we've got
talking
a
shite.
few
haven't we?
karaoke singers into chat, haven't we?
We should
Very
do a
good.
karaoke. I wonder if you can do a karaoke online.
Well, you could, couldn't you? You could play it.
Eh?
We could
I
play
might
it.
I might just tell my favourite grandson.
Oh
He should
yes,
be
yeah.
doing a karaoke. Get in on, get him singing on a karaoke.
Well,
Anyway,
next time, Kelsey, next time you speak to Levi, give him a bollocking. Say Bobby says he's got to get in touch with Grandad. I say that. You tell him I've said that.
Anyway, folks, if Bobby wants to say good night to
Yes,
whoever's
thanks
on,
everybody for coming in. I'm not going to mention names because I'll let you shout them out because there's a few tonight. It's been great chatting to you all, and I love interacting. I love people coming back at you, and we have. It's not just me and you have a chat, Paul. We have a chat with all these folk, and it's lovely. Thanks for coming along. And me and Paul, we like us Monday nights, and we talk about anything and everything. But any suggestions or things you want us to do, I know people are pushing for quiz, but it might come back. We'll see. Have a great week, and I'll pass you over to Paul.
yeah. So thanks, folks, for coming. We've enjoyed our hour, and before I go,
Please leave a comment. The stream's about to finish. Leave your comment. Refresh the page. Leave a comment. You can't leave one now. You have to refresh it as soon as it's ended. Please do that. Respect.
so live long and prosper. Take care, and TTFN.
Bye bye
See
now.
you next week. Bye bye.